evening all. Now we are going to have a DT discussion on multiplexer and demultiplexer. So we all know what is design thinking, right? Yes. It is a process of understanding the needs of the user. So totally we have 5 stages in design thinking. What are they?
Empathy,
define,
ideate,
prototype,
testing.
Okay. So now we are going to apply all these 5 stages in multiplexer and demultiplexer. So we all know empathy is nothing but identifying the problems what are the users facing currently. In a define part, we will be defining what is the exact problem statement. So after listing out the exact problem statement, we will be listing out the ideas to solve the particular problem. It is done in the ideate part. So after listing out the ideas, we have to design the prototype. It is done in the prototype part. So after designing the prototype, we are not going to stop from in that. So we are going to test whether it works and it meets the needs of the customer. It is done in the testing part. If suppose if there is any drawbacks in the testing part, again we have to start from the define part. So it is an iterative process. So it process continues until the user need is met. So now we are going to apply all these 5 stages in the multiplexer and demultiplexer, and we are going to have a discussion on that. So let's start the discussion.
Santosh. I'm going to explain about the empathy part. The problem statement is a university has multiple departments like ECE, CSE, mechanical, civil. Each department needed to send the data through cable to server. Running a data cable to each department is too costly and space consuming. Similarly, when the server sends the data back to the each department, it should not reach the each department. It has some confusion. It is the common problem faced in this environment. Finding a solution to the problem using a design thinking.
So the common problem faced is a time lapse and collision of data. So to overcome that, we have to find out the solution using the design thinking approach.
Myself Sabarina. Based on Santosh empathy part, I am going to define a problem. The first problem is how to transmit a data from multiple departments over a single channel to the server, and the second problem is how to distribute a data from the server to the correct department.
So we have defined 2 problem statement over here, one over the data transmission and other from the data distribution. Okay, transmitting a data from the department to the server and from the server to the each and every correct department. So 2 problem statement has been defined, and we have to find out the ideas to overcome this problem statement.
So myself Ramita, I am going to give ideas for the above mentioned problems head by Sabarina. So first idea is that using a multiplexer at the transmitter side so that the data can be sent from multiple departments to the one server, and using a demultiplexer in the receiver side so that every data will be sent correctly to each department. Example idea for this problem is using 8 to 1 multiplexer for sending data from 8 departments to one server, and using 1 to 8 demultiplexer for sending the data from one server to 8 departments.
So to overcome the problem, in the data transmission side, we can use a multiplexer, and for data distribution side, we can use a demultiplexer. So it can be if there are 8 departments, here the solution suggested is 8:1 and 1:8. 8:1 multiplexer and 1:8 demultiplexer. So based on the departments, we can decide the multiplexer, right?
To talk about the prototype, based on Ramita's idea, to build a circuit we need a multiplexer and demultiplexer. For multiplexer we use 74151, and for demultiplexer we use 74138. So in order to build the circuit, first the department PC will be given the input to the multiplexer, from which it will be given to the transmission line, and from that it will be given to the demultiplexer, and finally the demultiplexer will be given to the output. With this, for simulation we can use logarithm.
So for simulation, initially simulation is widely preferred. So we can identify the errors using a simulation. So if the simulation part is okay, then we can go with the hardware part. We can use the breadboards and ICs for hardware part.
Myself Sabris, I am going to talk about testing. As Ravima said, prototype. By testing the prototype, we can use input from all department, from all data, and verify only the selected department which receives the server end, and check whether the DMX are connected to correct department. And this is the main test for speed, accuracy, and noise resistance. As a result, it becomes cost efficient.
So we have suggested multiplexer and demultiplexer, and we have applied a design thinking approach over here. So by using this multiplexer, we can overcome the problem that is faced in the data transmission part and distribution part. Demultiplexer can be used. So by incorporating all these and by applying the design thinking approach, we will be getting a more efficient data transmission, especially in the communication networks. The time consumption is being reduced and the quality of data being transmitted is very high, and the collision of data is being avoided. One data won't get collide with other data. So loss of data is being avoided. So design thinking is generally a feasible technique that can be applied to any area, which in turn increases the efficiency of the particular area. So thank you all for your valuable points. Thank you.